The wait is over. The silence of the winter break has been shattered.
Finally.
It is Friday, January 23rd, 2026, and the garage doors at Fiorano. They have finally rolled up.
The scarlet has hit the sunlight.
And Lewis Hamilton, Sir Lewis Hamilton, is in the cockpit of a Ferrari. The SF-26 is real, it looks absolutely aggressive, and it is on track, but, and this is a massive, complicated but, the headline today isn't the launch. It's not the livery.
Oh, yeah.
It's the silence that followed the roar. Because the Hamilton era didn't start with a bang. It started with the car stopping dead on the track.
It's the image no one at Ferrari wanted to see. I mean, certainly not the image Lewis signed up for.
Not a chance.
We're looking at the very first day of running, the shakedown,
Right.
and we already have a recovery situation that sets a tone, and unfortunately, it's a nervous one.
Nervous is putting it lightly. I think panic might be the word floating around right now. We are entering the DRS zone immediately.
Let's do it.
We have the first real images, the first track run, and we have the first potential disaster. Is this the bold new era, or are we staring down the same old reliability nightmares? We need to tear this thing apart.
We do, but we need to keep our heads cool here.
Right.
Our job today is a forensic analysis of this Spec A launch car.
Spec A.
We're going to strip down the aero, the suspension choices, the huge visual changes. This isn't about hype. It's about the cold, hard trackside evidence from today.
That's the mission, no fluff, just technical truths. So let's start with the visual impact. You see this car, and obviously it's that wall of red, but there's a twist, a historical nod that jumped right out at me.
You're talking about the white section behind the cockpit.
I am. On the engine cover, impossible to miss. It gives it this retro vibe.
Oh, it's a deliberate throwback, no question. It just screams the 312T era.
Niki Lauda, the glory days.
The glory days in the mid-'70s. I mean, one of the most iconic Ferraris ever. They are clearly trying to channel that championship pedigree, reminding everyone when they were the standard setters, not the chasers.
It definitely has that feel. But let's talk about the modern reality of that livery. It's not just paint, is it? It's the absence of paint.
That's the nature of the beast in 2026. You see the black wings, the exposed carbon everywhere. That's the weight limit.
Right.
Every team is struggling. People forget paint is heavy. You can have kilograms of it on a car. The rules say how much bare carbon you can have, and teams are pushing right up against that 45% limit.
So you get the historic red and white for the soul.
And the brutal, functional black carbon for the stopwatch.
Speaking of visuals that smack you in the face, the elephant in the room, or rather, the massive logo on the side.
Ah.
From the front, this car is stunning. Sleek, mean, but you turn it to the side, and your eye is just drawn to this gigantic blue HP logo.
It is.
Yeah.
Prominent. There is absolutely no missing it.
Prominent, it's huge, it totally disrupts the flow. I get it, cash is king, it pays for the wind tunnel, but purely aesthetically, it's a hit. It looks like a sticker slapped on a masterpiece.
It does make the livery feel a bit cluttered, yeah. The shark fin is very wide, and we'll get to the technical reason for that. But that surface area is basically a billboard.
Prime real estate.
Exactly. But look, if that blue logo funds the upgrades that win Hamilton his 8th title, the Tifosi will learn to love it. They'll tattoo it on their backs.
That's a fair point. If it wins, it can be bright pink for all I care. Let's move from how it looks to how it runs, or how it didn't run.
The Fiorano incident.
The critical moment of the day. The heart stopper.
Walk us through it. Hamilton's out there, first taste of the machine, and then silence.
Precisely. We have trackside footage, he's on a planned run, and the SF-26 just grinds to a halt. Now, sometimes teams do programmed stops, engine kill tests.
But this wasn't that.
Looking at the mechanics, this was not that.
The giveaway.
The retrieval. The car didn't coast back. It was stranded. The mechanics had to come out, put the car on skates.
Oh, no, the skid.
Little wheeled dollies. They had to manually roll it away. And that's the moment your stomach just drops. You don't put a car on skates if everything is fine. That means a mechanical lockup, something seized.
No, you don't. This was a fault. We're looking at a brand new power unit, and on day 1, kilometer 1, something gave up. The system failed.
That is terrifying for them. But let me play devil's advocate. Is it better to break down today right next to the factory?
Absolutely. That is the vital context. This is a shakedown, limited to 200 kilometers. The whole point is to find the weak points now so they don't find you in Bahrain.
Okay, so strictly speaking, it's better now.
Yes, but it's not cost-free. It interrupts the program. Hamilton needs laps. The engineers need data. Losing any track time puts you on the back foot. It's not a disaster, but it's not the smooth start they needed.
Right. Every minute on skates is a minute it isn't learning. Okay, so reliability gremlins, bad news. But let's look at the car itself, because when it was moving, there is some serious engineering here. Front end.
This is where we see the first major divergence from what we expected.
The nose. It looks radical, sharper than the Mercedes concept.
It's much narrower. And if you look closely, the nose cone itself doesn't merge with the front wing. It's separated, held up by two large supports.
Why do that? Why lift the nose up?
Airflow. It's all about airflow management. By separating them, you're creating a channel to force clean, high-energy air underneath the nose.
To feed the rest of the car.
To feed the floor, the underbody. They're prioritizing the ground effect tunnels over everything else.
And right under there, the big question, the one everyone's been debating since the renders leaked, pull rod or push rod?
It is confirmed. The Ferrari SF-26 is using a push rod front suspension.
The track photos settle it then. No more debate.
Indisputably. You can see the mounting points. It's a push rod layout, which means the rod mounts high on the chassis and pushes down on the wheel assembly.
And why does that matter so much?
It's a huge trade-off. Push rod is generally better for aero at the front. It clears space for that airflow we just talked about. But the downside is it raises the center of gravity a little bit. Ferrari has made their choice. They're betting on the aero platform over the mechanical weight distribution.
Everything for downforce. I also noticed the end plates on that front wing, they're tiny.
Extremely small. And notice, no complex deflectors, just two small housings, likely for infrared sensors to monitor tire temps. They are stripping away drag wherever they can.
Speaking of drag, let's talk about the top of the car. The AIRBOX, the roll hoop. It looks weird.
The horns.
Yes, the horns. It's so narrow. Reminds me of those old McLarens from the early 2000s.
It is a very aggressive design. The AIRBOX intake is split into those two small ducts. It's tiny.
But why? I thought you wanted as much air as possible for the engine.
You do, but a massive airbox creates a lot of drag. It's like a parachute. By shrinking it, you clean up the airflow to the rear wing, making it faster on the straights.
But there's always a but.
You kill your cooling capacity up top. That little intake is likely only for the engine's combustion air. It's not cooling the radiators.
So, where is all the cooling coming from? This engine is going to run hot.
And that's where the side pods come in. This is the compensation. Because the airbox is so small, the side pods are massive.
They are huge. The Racing Bull's car looks so sucked in, and this thing is wide. It has shoulders.
Exactly. Ferrari flipped the script. The side pods are wide. They extend downwards. They are wide, functional shoulders designed to house all the cooling the airbox can't handle.
And the inlets on those side pods, I could barely see them.
Very narrow, very sculpted, almost hidden in the shadows. But they are doing all the heavy lifting. It's a gamble. Cleaner air up top, bulkier bodywork down low.
Okay, so we've got a narrow nose, tiny airbox, wide side pods. But the thing the internet is going crazy over is on the floor. There's a massive hole.
Yes, the mouse house.
The mouse house. It looks more like a shark took a bite out of it.
That's the term engineers use for that cutout. But on this Ferrari, it's a mansion. It is a huge opening.
What does a hole in the floor actually do? I thought you wanted the floor sealed.
You do.
Yeah.
But right ahead of the rear tire, you have a problem called tire squirt.
Tire squirt sounds technical.
It sounds funny, but it's a serious aero headache. The rotating tire squirts turbulent air into your diffuser and kills the grip. This mouse house channels high-energy air to basically act as an air curtain.
Protecting the diffuser from that bad air.
Exactly. It energizes the flow, generates more downforce, but it's risky. Get it wrong and you just create drag. The fact that they've gone so aggressive here shows they are swinging for the fences, not playing it safe.
And near that, I saw some brackets and vanes.
That's the wake support. It's that bracket connecting the chassis to the floor edge. It looks aero, but its main job is structural.
To stop it from flexing.
Exactly. You can't have the floor fluttering at 200 miles per hour. Keep the whole platform rigid so the massive mouse house can do its job.
Got it. Okay, moving to the back. That shark fin is enormous.
It's very wide. And if you look at the high-res shots, you can see gills, little cuts in the bodywork.
Like shark gills.
Precisely. This goes back to the cooling. Tiny airbox up top means they have to get the hot air out from the engine bay. That wide fin is a chimney, and the heat escapes through those gills.
And the rear wing.
Double support pylons, very sturdy. And the DRS mechanism looks pretty old school. A proven, solid design, nothing too radical.
Now, before we get too excited, you called this the Spec A car at the start.
This is the crucial disclaimer.
So this isn't the final form.
Almost certainly not. The car at this shakedown is a baseline, Spec A. Its main job is to verify the engine and the cooling.
So the fancy aero bits might be missing.
I would bet on it. The complex parts, like the diffuser, are probably simplified versions, or even dummy parts for the launch. The car that rolls out in Barcelona for testing next week could look very different.
Just a quick interruption here to say that this segment is part of our news coverage of recent F1 events. We are reacting to the news as it breaks.
Right. So while we're analyzing all this, the team at the factory is probably finishing the Spec B race package right now. This car today was about making sure the engine doesn't melt.
Which, bringing it full circle, is exactly why the breakdown is so worrying. If the whole point of Spec A is to prove reliability and it fails on day one...
There's not a box checked. It's a red flag.
A failure on the reliability spec car is the worst kind of irony.
It is. It puts massive pressure on them. They cannot afford to lose days in Barcelona. Every lap lost is data lost. They're already on the back foot.
So what does this all mean? We've seen the car. It's a looker. It has aggressive side pods and a daring floor. But it also has this dark cloud hanging over it already.
The potential is there. The design philosophy seems to be on the right path, but potential means nothing if the car is parked on the side of the track.
And that's the big question for you, the listener. We saw a beautiful red car, and we saw it die. Is the SF-26 a glass cannon? Fast but fragile. Can Lewis Hamilton trust this machine, or is the ghost of 2022 reliability back to haunt them?
It's the question that will define their entire season. Speed is easy, finishing is hard.
We'll be tracking every kilometer right here. Don't just watch the race, live it. Make sure you are following DRS Zone right now on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube for the fastest updates on the grid.
The season has officially started.
It has, and it is going to be a wild ride. Lights out and away we go.